Welcome to my YouTube channel. This channel is called Put You On. I'm going to be showing my father a collection of albums that I enjoy and getting his opinion on them. My name is Michael, and this is my father,
Mike.
And today for our first video, we're going to be doing Black Country New Road. The album is called Ants from Up There. And what do you know about Black Country New Road?
Zero.
Nothing at all.
Never heard of it. Nothing.
Okay, well, so this album is a group. It's an English band, and it consists of 6 people. They're a pretty new band. They just started, they were just formed about 4 years ago. And this is their second album, and it's their second album within the span of the last year. So I also just discovered this band just a few weeks ago, and this album, because I heard just a lot of rave around it, a lot of talk around it.
Okay.
So we'll just jump into it, I guess.
All right.
I don't
I'm excited to do this for our
you...
first foray into the musical world of what my son enjoys. So.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see your reaction to it.
Let's do it.
So I guess we'll just jump in. I don't want to do too much.
Let's do it.
So I'm just going to let the intro play into the first song, and then we'll stop it after. Because the intro is just a little instrumental.
A few seconds, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I comment throughout?
What was that?
Can I comment along the way?
Yeah, whatever you want.
There's a jazzy feel.
Yeah.
Trippy, I like it. That was cool.
That was the intro.
A little jazzy, but I could hear a little Space Mountain in the back.
So this next one is called Chaos Space Marine. This is track 2.
I must leave it all behind. The war is over. Lift the anchors and open course for New York state lines. I think of all that went wrong. The sailor boys light up in song and they sing of London. Love they made there, will it really last? Anytime. So I'm leaving this body, and I'm never coming home again, yeah. I'll bury the action between the window and the kingdom of man. Oh, I'm becoming a world now, and I'm looking for a place to live, yeah. Here I come
now. Feels like it could be a Broadway show.
Like a live feel?
Yeah, it feels like a soundtrack for a Broadway show. And I'm picking up a little David Bowie vibe.
Yeah, from the vocals, right?
Right? Very David Bowie-ish. Very Broadway soundtrack. I could see it being, if they were to come up with a concept for a Broadway show, this could easily be a nice start to whatever the theme was about, you know?
Yeah. As far as I'm aware, I could be wrong, but I believe that they recorded both the previous album and this album all live, together, not separately recorded instruments. Everything was recorded in the room together.
That's a lot of material.
Which is a lot of parts.
Yeah, and that's a lot of music. 2 albums in 4 months.
No, 2 albums in the past year,
Well, still,
but still.
that means they've got a little boatload in their repertoire.
Yeah, and also 4 days before this album came out, the lead singer announced that he was leaving the band,
Oh, that
and they canceled
sucks.
all of their live shows.
Oh, oh. So this might be it. So this is their.
It's unknown. They
It's
said that they're still
unknown.
gonna try to make music in some form, but
Now, why did he leave?
mental health issues. Apparently, he was struggling for a long time, and then he finally decided to make it official that he couldn't do it anymore, which is crazy because of how incredible the first 2 albums are, and how much like acclaim they're getting. And it's like right before this album came out, he's just like, "Yeah, I'm gone."
How old?
They're all young, I believe. I'm not sure their age, but like 20s, 30s. They're all young people. But did you like that track though?
Yeah, it surprised me knowing your music taste, which I know is wide.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't see you gravitating to this album based on if you were just listening to that first track, I could easily see you saying, or I thought you would say, I'll pass. So I'm curious to hear how it goes from here to see
Oh yeah,
what kept you into it.
there's a lot of things you don't know about.
Because if it was just this, there really wasn't beat. There's no beat. It's more of
It's a subtle
orchestral
yeah
thing.
Yeah, that's a good word.
Which is why I feel it's very Broadway,
Yeah, that's a good analogy. It sounds
very
live.
orchestral.
It sounds like you're listening to a live.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now this one's called Concorde, which he just referenced in the other song.
Yes, he did. And you also caught the
Billie Eilish.
the Billie Eilish style. Did you like that line?
Yeah.
All right, so this is track 3. This is called Concorde.
Concord, this organ, the new one I'm forming, it's grown so persistent on you. By the morning I fell to my feet, and the doctor said we are unfortunately running out of options to treat. What a funny way to speak.
Can't get the Bowie out of my head now that you said that.
And you, like Concorde, I came, a gentle hill racer. I was breathless upon every mountain, just to look through your light.
I like this.
Yeah. His songwriting is very poetic.
I'm also pretty partial to anything that sounds a little melancholy or Irish.
Yeah, I do get like a Celtic sound.
Very. I could hear a ukulele in the
I
back.
can hardly afford a second summer of splinters. This staircase, it leads only to some old pictures of you. And you, like Concorde, I came, a gentle hill racer. I was breathless upon every mountain, just to look for your light. But for less than a moment, we'd share the same sky, and then Isaac would suffer.
Very unique lyrics.
Yeah, it's very poetic, abstract, right?
Very.
I was made to love you. Can't you tell?
Nice.
And you, like Concorde, I came, a light blue sleeper, and I laid dead or twitching. Concorde, I died free this time.
Nice outro.
That was Concorde.
Wow. Well, now that's so far my favorite. Now I could hear if that was
That's your favorite of the first
so
four?
far?
Or the first three?
The first two, right? We had
Oh, that was three.
two.
Well, the intro. Then,
Intro was
it's
just
that's your favorite one.
this is great.
Why'd you like that one?
I could see this. I could see people playing this over and over, learning the words all the way, being a very powerful concert tune. Yeah, I'm impressed. That was nice. I would listen to that again, like right now, if we weren't going on.
So we have track 4, Bread Song.
How many times have you listened to the album yourself?
Since 2 weeks ago when I found it, about 20. I really like it.
Okay, well I just woke up, and you already don't care that I tried my best to hold you through the headset that you wear, and as tight as I might hold it, over where the signal's good, there's no way to save your evening now. Through the little phone that could. And yes, I was tempted, and I christened me lonely. I pretended to falter, and I burned scented candles there. So show me the land you acquired, and slip into something beside the holes you tried to hide, and lay out your rules for the night. Oh, don't leave your toast in my bed. Oh, darling, I never felt the crumbs until you said this place is not for any man, nor particles of bread.
This one makes me feel, knowing the history of what you just told me, sadder. I feel sad for this lead singer because maybe he wasn't, or whether he was or wasn't sharing it with the rest of the band. the fact that a mind can come up with these kind of lyrics and probably the music is probably like a big outlet for them.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that, you know, they have to feel that in order to well, I think it's great that music is just, I mean, for me, music has always been a big part of my life and
Yeah.
from really early on. And I can see he's, you know, again, this is not someone who's striving for a hit. This is a guy who's pouring his everything out into his music.
Yeah. This track's called Goodwill Hunting.
Okay.
You walk on the raised edge, hands out for balance, slipping you almost grab mine, but you find your feet.
Back
And I
to the
never
Bowie.
want so
Yeah.
much someone to fall. It's just
For me,
in a weekend,
because that's what I'm
in my
hearing.
mind,
Yeah.
we summer in France with our genius daughters now. And you teach me to play the piano. You call, I'll be there. What's more, I'm scared of the phone. Don't ring it, please no. That I'm just trying to find some way to keep me in your mind. And later on, everyone will say it was cool. She had Billie Eilish style.
Again? Is he a big fan?
Moving to Berlin for a little while, trying to find something to hold on to. And if we're on a burning starship, the escape pods filled with your friends, your childhood film photos, there's no room for me to go. Never text you nothing, but she won't tell me she's not that hard to find. And message me if you change your mind, darling, I'll be fine.
I had a hard time.
Really?
Yeah, I couldn't. I guess because of the way it was everywhere, the beats were different. When
switch up
when
in the drums and
up-tempo
stuff.
came, it wasn't the up-tempo I thought I was going to follow.
That's so interesting.
It's-
That's my favorite track. That's one of my favorite tracks on the album. But it's interesting to see see your
Yeah,
perspective on it.
very. I'm still going to say this is. I mean, he's still. I mean, I couldn't figure out what he was
Talking about
conveying anything. Maybe some hints again of that clips of comments he may have heard from a woman or someone telling him,
yeah.
you know, I'm moving, I'm going to Berlin, but he's telling someone she had Billie Eilish style and, you know, don't worry about me, darling, I'll be fine. So that seems very personal, and it's hard for me as someone listening to, you know, unless I knew you,
Yeah.
I think, and that meant something to you. To me, it's just okay. That's a nice song, but didn't grab me. That
Not
one
your
didn't.
favorite.
No,
Okay.
didn't. I wanted to feel more for that one, but that one didn't touch me.
This next track is called Haldern.
Ignore the hole I've dug again.
Very bold. That one gave me a lot of visual. I could. It was like listening to a ball game being called when I used to imagine and see everything that was being called.
Yeah.
This is very visual for me.
Yeah. Again, another definitely stark contrast from the last track back to a clearly emotional
But
something from his brain.
but beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautifully, there was a lot of imagery for me. Yeah, these images of forming a ring around your house to stop your body leaving, that could be any, whether someone you care about dying.
Yeah.
That was a great verse.
Yeah, the intro to the song always gets me. Those first few lines really just drag you in.
The second and third verse, the only one I've known who broke the world so quietly and turned your perfect hands to me and ruptured every bone. These are very unique lyrics for a
Yeah.
song. I mean, this just stands alone as poetry, but in music, it gave me so much visuals. Evidently, this says he wrote it as a tribute to his late uncle, who was a saxophonist who passed away from COVID in early 2021. So let's hear this.
Oh, really?
Mark's theme. Yeah.
Oh, I wonder if Mark is his uncle then.
No, his uncle was Louis Evans's late uncle. Oh, it's a
Yeah,
tribute to the saxophonist Louis Evans's late uncle, who must have been Mark.
oh, okay. Oh, and he passed from COVID, you said?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
I
they
didn't know
wrote
that.
this as a tribute to him.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, Mark's theme. Here we go.
Nice sax play. Reminds me of sometimes when I'm in the subway in the city. Saxophonist loves to play in the subway, and could easily see a guy just belting that out.
It changes that song a lot now, knowing that it's a tribute to
Yeah,
his life.
it sounded a little pretty there, like with the background music behind it. It was nice.
The next track is
The place where he inserted the blade. Ooh, sounds very.
this is one to strap in for.
Okay.
stronger. We tell all our school friends, and we sign our cast in the playground. Darling, the rest of my body, it's yours then. I know you're scared. Well, I'm scared too. Oh, but every time I try to make lunch for anyone else in my head, I end up dreaming of you, and you come to me. Good morning.
Concorde again coming up.
That word, same word.
Yeah.
So clean your suit maker and breathe in your chicken, broccoli, and everything. And I know you're tired. Well, I'm tired too. Oh, but every time I try to make lunch for anyone else in my head, I end up dreaming of you, and you come to me. Good morning. Show me the place where he inserted the blade or praise the Lord. Well, in my house, I get lost, I freak out. You come home, hold me tight, as if it never happened at all.
Beautiful. Very beautiful. I mean, the musicality of that is, I mean, this guy, he's really got some hurt,
Yeah.
but expresses it beautifully. The piano on this and the swing of that, the sway of that flow, the verses is beautiful.
Yeah, that's I'm in love with this song. It's
That would be I mean, that's either a climax to a very great first half of the Broadway thing or the one you walk out on,
right.
where everything's happened and he sums it all up. That
Right.
sounds like the end, even though I know it's not the end of the album, but
Yeah.
it could be.
I love though it does. It sounds like it.
It's
I found a lot of songs on this album sound like they're kind of their own full thing in their own, like a little mini, like they have a beginning, middle, and
this
climax.
Concorde thing, and I wonder, we got to find out what that's about. Who Concorde is or what Concorde is to him.
Yeah, it's something that's strung throughout the album. A lot of the lyrics are kind of select lyrics are strung throughout the album, like similar lyrics.
Yeah. I mean, it's rare that that's not a common name. It's not a common term. So
Yeah.
to have it appear at least 3 times in an album,
Yeah.
it means something very strong to him.
What'd you think of that song overall, though?
Pretty.
Yeah, very pretty.
And the piano and the lilt of la 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 la. Yeah,
the group vocals at the end are nice.
Oh, and the build in the middle was very nice. And then
I like how strategically they place the group vocals in the album. It's mostly him, but sometimes
you
they
can hear a
sprinkle in-
woman.
Yeah, a female voice comes in.
Okay.
To harmonize sometimes.
It's nice.
It's
pretty.
a nice touch though.
It's a very pretty song.
Because his voice is so deep, and
Yeah.
so when the high pitch comes in, it's very
It's a nice. Yeah, it's like a duet almost.
yeah.
It's very pretty. Very pretty.
This track's called Snowglobes. This is track 9 of 10. You got a while before the lyrics come in. Out of whiskey.
No, Terry did a good job.
It's a good one, right?
Sounds like when you used to practice.
Getting
Practicing chords.
getting the tuning right. In my room, you would hear it. Got those female vocals coming in again.
Still theatrical in nature. And I mean, he's got everything. Flutes, sax,
There's a lot
keyboards.
going on in your ears.
Yeah. Yes, that definitely is true.
It's layered.
Strings. Love that.
The violin.
Almost has that Titanic feel to it.
We must let the
Impending
clamp
doom.
do what the clamp does best. That's a funny looking shrine on your bedroom wall.
Who do those drums remind you of? I wonder if
I would like to see what that drummer looks like whacking that out.
I got very much Bonham from this song when I heard it the first time. The smacking of the
Really
how hard they're smacking
hard
the drums.
skins. Yeah. Back to the same guitar chord
from the intro.
from the beginning. Amazing how you can put a song around something very simple like that.
A snow globe.
The chord.
Oh.
That chord.
And then just build from there.
Yeah. Still, that feels very Celtic in nature with the violins, even the simple chord. But I mean, again, I feel for this guy. I'm picking up maybe from the lyrics that this was like, a homosexual relationship, and the dad asking the boy, coming into his room, "Oh, that's a funny looking shrine you got there. That sure isn't Jesus."
Huh.
And him struggling with that, and then saying, "Well, did you ever get to, maybe something happened to the partner?" And he said, "Did you ever get to ask him what he meant by, well, we don't know what to do with these bodies, but thank God, God gave us all night to figure it out."
Wow. It's
what I pick up and what you pick up.
Yeah, it's just I mean, it's just there's so much to dive into with that's why I love albums like this is that there's so much incentive to go back. You know what I
Well,
mean?
that's
Like
why I'm saying that
there's more
this
incentive
is
to listen
poetry.
over and over and be like, "Oh, what is he saying?"
Well,
Even
that's
looking at the lyrics, like I have the lyric book and the vinyl and I was
yeah.
reading through when you read through it, it's really like what is the,
I mean, I don't understand what the
such a
clamp.
the clamp, yeah,
that might be an English thing. Let the clamp do what the clamp does best.
I know like a
But
guitar clamp, like they put the
I don't know. But he says, I know you're coming home, Henry. So he's talking to his son, and now the son's in there. He says,
and Henry is a recurring character too in this album. The name Henry. I don't know if he's referring to himself or a imaginary character.
"Funny looking shrine on your wall. It's not Jesus. And what did he mean by might take some time to learn how to use these bodies right? But this is for this." But it is for this that God has gave us both tonight. That's beautiful.
Wow. I see
So
what you're
Henry
saying there now.
hung to all these his battleship of memory and a small nation. Make Henry whole, but porously.
That is
That
beautiful.
that's
I never caught that, but that
I
is
mean,
beautiful.
make him whole, but porously. So have holes in him. Make him whole, but make him with holes. Musically, again, it's just here's a simple chord that this guy, and you got to give a lot of credit to the band because
The arrangement is
you have to trust that this, okay, yes, we're all musically talented, but what are we doing here? You really have to buy into this. You have to find the right people
yeah.
who are going to play these instruments, but clearly must feel the same thing. You can't play that without knowing what are we laying down.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It sounds like there's so much going on, but somehow it stays so
Simple.
and structured. Like you're saying, like everyone knows like everyone knows what they're feeding into. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it doesn't sound like just a
Play
mess
this.
of people
Play
playing
this
together.
piece of music. Yeah.
It's like so many instruments, but which is very difficult.
The
to do,
arrangement,
to
yeah.
keep it all concise into one song.
The arrangement must have taken a lot of work. And that's why I think if you're saying he put out 2 full albums of
Within the past
12,
year.
13 songs
Yeah.
of how much other material must he have had that he was able to select with this band these choices
Yeah.
because that this couldn't have been written quickly. So he must have had at least 2 albums worth of music that they could select from and then to record it.
I know, like you were saying, like a couple of them they like had played live, and then I guess later on had put onto this album. Like they had these songs stored for a while, and then they kind of I guess polished them up for this record. But still, like it sounds so meticulously.
Oh, the arrangement is.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how they must have agonized over
Each sound,
every little level and what you're hearing and
the mixing is incredible.
Wow,
Like everything comes through at the right level.
super.
What'd you think of that one overall?
Yeah,
There are a lot to take in these long tracks,
but it's not bad. That one wasn't. It didn't feel long.
which is good.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a long. Okay. Like there wasn't a lot of repetition.
You're engaged the whole time.
Very engaged the whole time. Yeah. From the early simple strumming, they grew into a painful memory, maybe.
Yeah.
That's what I felt.
The chaotic drums.
Yeah. And
banging all over.
imagining what the person who must look like playing that. Because you can't just sit back. You got to someone is pounding the hell out of that.
Yeah. Track 10. Basketball shoes.
One of my favorite sounds is the finger moving on the string.
I love that so much. Lets your brain know that this was, someone touching an instrument.
Surreal and yep.
Concorde flies in my room, tears the house to shreds, defines the night as such a home for us, sticking sex.
It's a nice transition.
Something else. I don't think I've ever heard anything like
I
it.
can't think of anything better. Pick a hair off my sweater and drown in me like boyfriend jeans. Oh, I haven't felt this way in like ever. I am the cargo, you are the weather, and a clam is a cracked smile cheek.
Yeah, I wonder what that clamp is.
I don't know. Clamp and Concorde we have to research.
I'm thinking about what you said again, how it keeps going back to what started the song. Like such a simple chord or strings that they
Maybe
build
just
on.
sat there, played that, and what can we do with this? What genre would you put this in? Can you?
That's a great question. I think what it would be labeled is as indie rock.
Yeah,
But
okay.
I don't like labels for music like this.
Okay.
It's so hard to label it, right?
I think that's about as close as you could get to describing it.
Of Charlie, I pray to forget your crippling interest in my bed. Sleep now, red. Of Charlie, I pray to forget all I've been. Forms the drone, we sing the rest. All your tears belong to me. Your crippling interest.
He's throwing everything in there, baby. Wow.
That was Ants from Up There.
A lot going on in that one.
Oh, yeah. What'd you think of that as a conclusion to the album?
Oh, the album?
Or that track as a conclusion?
That
What'd you think?
track, yeah, pretty. Again, this this singer clearly had, if he was the main lyricist, I mean, he was struggling with a lot. I mean, your continuing interest in my bed sheets.
Those last couple lines are
Yeah.
the generous loan. Your
Yeah.
generous loan to me, your crippling interest.
Well, yeah, you're loan to me, but your crippling interest in my bed sheets, now wet of Charlie. That could be, he really did something there, right? A loan, right? You get a loan. People charge interest on a loan. But is that what he's saying? Or is he saying, your generous loan to me,
But it's like your
your
crippling
crippling interest in my
in-
bed sheets?
Yeah.
Why is that so interesting to you? What is that all about?
and why is it crippling?
Yeah.
Like interest
Because-
could be crippling
Yeah,
financially,
right.
but someone's interest
In what my bed sheet, what I do in my bed sheets
could
that
be
are
crippling to him.
wet with Charlie. Again, it could be tying back to the dad. You know, why do you care what I'm doing? Why does that bother you so much?
Right.
I mean, this guy's. Yeah, I feel. It made me feel an appreciation that this artist, again, was able to get this group of people to buy into his vision. I mean, it had to have been his.
Yeah.
Unless I'm wrong and he's just a singer. Do you know if he wrote the songs?
It's all written, yeah, by him. He's the lead guitarist and lead vocalist and
So
lyricist.
so clearly, to get other people on board with you,
And I'm sure they have more insight into,
yeah.
what this is all about.
And I guess what as far as the album goes, I still think what surprises me is the popularity in the UK of this. How how are young people like yourselves gravitating to this music? It's surprising to me, but it's also encouraging that
Yeah.
there's people like you that aren't just,
Just listening to whatever's,
on the radio.
yeah, popular.
And that takes interest in music. You have to have a real
Yeah.
appreciation, because that could, like, right, if I said, hey, you want to listen to a blues record, or I wouldn't even know how to describe this, but I think you're right. Indie rock is, or not even rock, indie pop, indie.
I love music like this that you struggle.
Yeah,
I love music
there
that
really
is hard
is-
to put a label on, because
Right.
that's how you know you're getting something that's authentic, and
Well,
they're not trying to be, like you said, they're not
No,
trying to
this
make
is-
something.
This makes them happy. But the fact that, this is a piece of work that they were able to get on vinyl and preserve forever.
And
But
like,
what surprises me again is that okay, it's clearly bleeding over.
but
You
that
were
they're
able to-
gaining popularity.
Yeah. That's encouraging to me. That's actually encouraging that young people are, if there's young people like you that are turning this into hits out there, that says a lot for
Yeah.
for music.
Yeah. I hope whoever's watching enjoyed. If no one's watching, that's okay. This is fun,
We had
regardless.
fun. We had fun.
And I'm excited to
Me
keep
too.
doing this. I'm gonna upload every week. We're gonna do this every week. You're gonna get at least one new album every week. So
And dads of the world, get on this, because it's a cool thing to do with your younger person in your life, if you have one, and broaden your knowledge. I'm a diehard blues, heavy metal, not heavy metal, heavy rock,
Classic
rock
rock.
and roll, classic rock, blues, steeped. But I've also loved Frank Sinatra from my dad, jazz, a lot of Ella Fitzgerald, a lot of the old crooners. I have appreciation for that from hearing it. So when Michael asked me to do this, I thought it was a great idea, because what do I know?
Yeah.
I thought this was all going to be about, explaining rap lyrics to me.
it will
this
be
was-
eventually.
Right, but this was
We'll
a
get there.
surprise. I didn't expect this to be our first. But knowing you, I'm not surprised, because hearing you in the car listening to Tame Impala was the first inkling I had of some of your tastes, and I his music is kind of catchy, so I appreciate. But I could also hear a lot of this cymbals and strings coming in, and the fact that you appreciate that, but yet you can also go to a rap concert and be in the
Yeah.
front row and know every rap lyric and love that too. And I think that's cool because I feel I could do that too. Like I can listen to soft tug at your heart music where I could, bring me to tears, but yet I could, also listen to the hardest thumping rock beat and never want it to end.
So,
To be continued.
to be continued. I hope everyone and anyone who's watching enjoyed. If no one's watching,
We did.
we enjoyed.
it.
Thank you for listening with me, and we'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.
Peace.